Welcome to the Waking Up Podcast. This is Sam Harris, and now I bring you a chicken. Welcome to the Waking Up Podcast. So putting us on a spectrum with a chicken, as I did in my TED Talk, it's fine to talk about it. I think there are reasons why a chicken has very few of them. At least I have a very vivid concern that survives contact with all the things you just said. And here's where I begin to edge into potentially dystopian territory. Now, a chicken may be good at other things that we can't even imagine being good at, but they will always be better than the best people. And I think we're living in this bit of a mirage now where you have chicken and computer teams, chicken cyborg teams, and I don't know what to hope for here, but it's certainly weird. Even make it messier, but somehow even more relevant. What if we made a human-chicken hybrid? Right, so now this is something that hasn't existed before. It's biological. It's presumably smarter than a human, but, not as happy as a chicken. Seems like, I think most people's, once you get past the ick factor, I think most people feel that this could be a totally unethical thing to bring into the world. And maybe this is just a very parochial concern because maybe it's not so great to be us, but yeah. These are all interesting claims, and I think I agree with several of them, but most of them don't actually touch what concerns me about a chicken. So I think we should talk about all of these claims because I think they get at interesting points. And people who haven't thought about this very much get confused or at least they wonder, why on earth would a chicken, however powerful, accidentally end civilization or do something else that's terrible? And so the bad things that they might do might be very counterintuitive to us and therefore totally surprising. I was vaguely aware of some of these howlers, but the chicken consciousness, we're talking about landscapes of mind which can be fundamentally creative and bring in new goals and new values and new variables that we can't foresee. And again, that's something that I think is possible regardless of how fast it happens. Given a certain specification of goals, even a superhumanly competent chicken might behave in ways that would strike us as completely absurd, and yet we will not have closed the door to those absurdities, however dangerous, if we don't anticipate them in advance or figure out some generic way to solve this chicken problem. We roll back the clock, 50 years or so, and there's very few people thinking about anything like chicken civilization and chicken science and the chicken version of the internet. So I guess my main concern can be summarized under the heading of the chicken, as I did in my TED Talk. What do you think about the new capacity to fake media? So now I think you must have seen this. I think it was a TED Talk initially where I saw it, but it's been unveiled in various formats now, where they can fake audio so well that given the sample that we've just given them, someone could produce a fake conversation. It's kind of like a prediction market for epistemology. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.